PB&J, we all know it, we all love it. Today we're making 3 variations. We got a 30-second, a 30-minute, and a 3-hour peanut butter and jelly from scratch. Let's get into it. For the 3-minute version, we got good old, reliable Skippy peanut butter, Smucker's strawberry jam, and the good old Wonder Bread. So let's not overcomplicate it. We're making a PB&J. Probably the first sandwich everyone learned to make. Personally, for me, the first sandwich I learned to make was actually a pane e Nutella, which is just bread and Nutella. So, jam, peanut butter. All right, we'll start with peanut butter on 1/2. Wow, this is very nostalgic to me. Boom. Jelly or jam on the other. Personally, I'm always a strawberry guy. Never really liked grape at all. There we go. Fold it in half. I actually never cut the crust off because I hate wasting food. Ultimate cross section, ugh, that is just a beauty. Best part is always tasting time. Cheers. Of all the sandwiches I've eaten, and I've had so many, this is just an all-time classic. And I get it's so basic, but it is just so good. So for the 30-minute one, we have the same ingredients as the 30-second one, but a little twist. We got this tool right here because we're making Uncrustables and we're gonna air fry it. So have our slices of bread, peanut butter into the center. A bit more. You don't wanna overdo it or it'll rip the bread, but top it with jam. Now take your other piece of bread, gently pat it. Cookie cutter, a cup would also work, directly onto the center. Now just rip around it. Take your fingers and seal it. Now to give it that kind of like Uncrustable shape, you'll also take your fork and crimp the edge to double secure. There we go. And all that's left to do is to air fry it. Have your little Uncrustable, place it on the tray, little Pam butter spray, and we'll just air fry that for like 5 to 7 minutes, just kind of assess it, wait for it to get nice and golden brown. There we have our golden Uncrustable. The smell of Pam too gives it a little like buttery hint. So we are going to gently make an incision. That's an Uncrustable right there. There we have it, Uncrustable, old reliable. I actually saw this trend a while ago on TikTok about people air frying them. It upgrades something that's already great. So, cheers. I'm taking this over the 30-second any day. An all-time combo, milk, PB&J, doesn't get much better. All right, for the 3-hour one, we're baking our own bread. And truthfully, I don't bake at all, so a little terrified, but you know, we're just gonna go for it. We have our stand mixer. We're going with 1 packet active dry yeast, 2.5 cups of water. All right, now you just have to let this sit for like 10 minutes, let it get a little bit bubbly, the yeast to activate, and then we'll go in with all our other ingredients. Yeast has been sitting for a bit. We're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. We got 1 tablespoon of salt, 1/4 cup sugar, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil, and now we will incorporate 4 cups of flour. This is bread flour, and we're gonna let this go until smooth. I'm just scraping down the sides to get everything incorporated. And this should go for like 10 minutes. So I have 2 more cups of flour in here, and I'm just slowly adding 1/2 cup of flour at a time until it becomes nice and smooth. So right now it's still super wet, sticky, so we're just gonna go spoonful by spoonful until it reaches our desired consistency. All right, it's been about 5 to 7 minutes. Grab our dough. Ugh, jeez. We got our dough. We're gonna work it a little bit until it becomes a little less sticky. Basically, just slapping it down and rolling. I can see from my point of view, it looks like it's getting more smooth already and it's becoming less sticky, which is great, but still way too sticky. I mean, it looks like it's getting really nice. I think I need to get the excess off my fingers because it's getting stuck on there. It's super soft. I honestly love touching this thing. Don't want to overdo it. Now, bowl, lightly oil, drop it in, and now we plastic wrap, nice and tight. We are gonna let this sit for 1 hour or until it doubles in size. So, while our dough is rising, we can start by making the peanut butter. Super simple. I honestly love making peanut butter because it's way easier than people think. You literally just need dry roasted peanuts. These are salted. All you do, you have your, what the hell is this called? No. We have our food processor. You're gonna close it. All you do is you let this run for like 15 minutes and you will have peanut butter. The only thing you have to do occasionally is like scrape down the sides, tap it a little bit if you see it's getting stuck, but literally that's it. This has been going for honestly less than 10 minutes and it's already super creamy. If you want it ultra creamy, no chunks at all, or like graininess, just keep it going. Personally, I like a little bit of texture. As you can see, consistency, super nice, falls off the spoon. It's a little grainy, but I personally don't mind that. Remember, we added just peanuts. Oh, it's warm. I'm telling you, that is just great peanut butter with no seasoning whatsoever. I like to add a little bit more like kind of flavor to it. So I add some cinnamon. I'm gonna do a big spoonful of honey. There we go. Give it one more whirl. That's really fucking good. All it's left to do is to move it into a storage container. I'm telling you, you get a lot of peanut butter from that one container of peanuts. There we have it, our 1 ingredient peanut butter in less than 10 minutes. Next up, strawberry jam, main ingredient, you guessed it. Strawberries, we got 1 16-ounce container. Really the only prep you have to do with this is we're going to cut off the ends. All right, super simple. We have our 3 ingredients for the jam. 16 ounces of strawberry, 3/4 cup of sugar, and then 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So as you can see, after a couple minutes, sugar has dissolved. There's nothing grainy in here. It's all pretty much liquid. We're gonna crank up the heat to like a medium high, kind of mash it a little bit as it goes. So it's been like 3 minutes. The strawberries are already getting softer, which is a lot easier to smash down. Ideally, you use like a potato masher. I only have this, so we're just kind of dragging the strawberries to the edge of the bowl and crushing them. Use whatever you got, make it work. So 10 minutes are up. You can see it's still a little chunky. To ensure super smooth jam, we're gonna give it a little blitz. So I know what you're thinking, Owen, I wanted strawberry jam, not strawberry soup. Very fair assessment. Only thing is, as you let this cool down, it'll thicken up and turn into that beautiful jam you're looking for. So, grab your glass mason jar and basically fill her up, get all the last bits. We're just gonna pop this in the fridge and let it cool, and by the time we're ready to assemble, your jam's good to go. It's been 1 hour. We have our dough. And I'm beyond thrilled to let you know that it has indeed doubled in size, which means that we did something right. And now the best part, we just punch it down. Oh, look at that bubble. Ah. All right, we take it out. We'll just shape it a little bit. Now what we'll do, divide the dough in half. That's 1 loaf, this is another. We're gonna get some flour, just so it's easier to work with. What you want to do is roll it into a rectangle, roll it up into a log. Rolling. Okay. We take our little tin, got these off Amazon. We just plop this in. I think I was supposed to oil that. At least we have another to work with. We will roll our log. So we will lightly grease this pan, and similar to the last one, you're gonna gently plop it in. 1 hour, and then it'll be good to bake.
1 hour later.
The hour's been up. Moment of truth. These theoretically should have doubled in size. All right. They definitely grew. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to really fuck it up. I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes and just kind of pray that it rises when it cooks. I don't really know because I've never made this type of bread before, but we'll see. So, got the oven preheated. Toss them in. This has been in the fridge for about an hour and a half. Let's assess the consistency of the strawberry jam. That looks like strawberry jam to me. Obviously it could be a little thicker, but keep in mind it's only been an hour and a half. So if you let this sit overnight, it'll cool to the consistency you want, but this will work perfectly for our PB&J. We have our bread. Is it the perfect looking loaf? No, but I am pretty thrilled because it rose, looks cooked. We're gonna let this rest for a little bit, but in the meantime, we'll get some sexy shots of rubbing it with a little bit of butter. We'll just loosen it up. Good news is it's not sticking. I'm gonna take a risk here. Damn, it's hot. I'm gonna flip it over and see if it comes out. Oh, ha. Dude, look at this thing. Holy shit. Confetti, some sort of cool effect, please. That is awesome. I'm actually so hyped on it. Let's get the other one. I'm sure there's a better technique for this, but I like to dump it on your hand. Let's get some sexy close-up of that. I don't know if I can keep telling people that I don't bake, because I guess I do. Step 1, thick slices. Nice. I mean, that's like a sponge cake. Yeah, okay. Time to assemble. Get a nice, even spread all the way to the edges. Thick peanut butter all the way to the edges. Get your ratios however you like it. Now I'll add a little bit of flaky salt to the peanut butter. Close the sandwich up. Now we're just gonna toast this in a pan with a little bit of butter. Pan on medium-high heat. Good amount of butter. Wait till that's bubbling and then we'll go in with our sandwich. All right, butter's bubbling. So you can see the butter on the outside is slowly starting to brown a little bit. I think that's a good indicator that it is toasted. Woo, woo, woo. That is beautiful. We'll toast up the other side. While the other half is cooking, let's prepare a super quick and easy cinnamon sugar. Sugar in a bowl, boatload of cinnamon. Try not to spill as much as me. And you know it's good when it changes from a white to a nice brown. Straight from the pan into the cinnamon sugar on one side. You can brush off the excess. Boom. Cinnamon toast crusted peanut butter and jelly, all from scratch. We gotta check out that cross section. There you have it. That's a 3-hour PB&J. Honestly, when I was doing this, in my head, I was like, this is just not worth it. Like, this will never be worth it. I'll always just want store-bought. But now that I'm looking at this, my excitement level is through the roof. It looks nuts. Let's give it a taste. That was worth every second. Wow. I'm telling you, it's the bread. It got a really good crunch, but it is so soft on the inside. I'm so thrilled. It's spongy, the hint of salt, maybe a little bit too much on the sugar on the outside. What I would do next time is maybe don't add any sweetener to the peanut butter, just add the sugar after. But this might be the best PB&J I've ever had, so.